We sat down with a group of people who lost loved ones in mass shootings to talk about gun control and other related issues. Stephanie Melendez's father was killed in the El Paso massacre less than 3 weeks ago. Her daughter, who was 9 years old, and her mother survived. Sharon Risher's mother and two cousins died in the 2015 Charleston church shooting. Richard Martinez's only child, a son, was killed in a mass shooting near the University of California, Santa Barbara. That was in 2014. And Nelba Marquez-Green's 6-year-old daughter, little Anna Grace, was murdered at Sandy Hook Elementary School back in 2012. Here's part of our conversation with them that you'll see only on CBS This Morning.
Congress and the president have the ability to act in emergency situations. What more of an emergency situation can we envision for our country? We should be able to count on our loved ones going to a theater, going to school, and return safely to us. And, you know, we can do better than this.
Well, the president seems to be backtracking. He now says, you know, guns don't pull the trigger. It's the people that pull the trigger. And you hear that and you think,
well, that's why we want to have background checks on people, you see. What we would like to see, I think all of us, is background checks on all gun sales in this country.
You know, Nelba, with your case, Newtown was different. That was something that just really shocked the core of the nation because it was so many young children. And people kept saying, now there will be a change in the gun laws. Now something will happen. Now Congress will act. And we sit here, 2012 to 2019, 7 years later, and nothing has happened. How do you process that?
I think it illustrated to the world that our Congress was willing to do nothing, and I think that should move you to action, not make you defeated, not make you helpless. You don't get the right to be helpless. If I have to get up and raise my son and face the world with a dead child, a 6-year-old in a bathroom in a first grade, then you have to get up too, and you have to join us, because tomorrow it could be your turn.
Well, she made such a really good point. I mean, Nelba in particular made several good points. They all did during the conversation, but she said it's the hell lottery.
Yes.
It's the hell lottery that we are all playing, and that any day, at any time, it could be any one of us. And that really struck me when she said that. It was such a wide-ranging conversation, of course, very emotional, as you might expect. We talked about forgiveness. Should we be allowed to see the bodies, the damage that was done? Again, Nelba said the Sandy Hook shooter, they went and they looked in that classroom and everything was removed. The firepower was so intense, it destroyed the toilets, the porcelain toilets. So she said, think about if it destroyed a porcelain toilet, what it did to those little children.
Yes.
And talking to the latest victim of the club that nobody wants to be in, she's still in shock. She's still in a fog, and they were giving her advice on how she could cope.
President Trump just yesterday told our Paula Reed at that chopper talk there at the end that he considers gun violence a national emergency, so the time may come soon when we clarify what those policies should be.
A lot of people hope so.
And what these parents show is that the consequences of each one of those individual shootings keeps going for the rest of their lives.
And affects a lot of people.
Yeah, and affects hundreds, thousands of people.
They are not the only victims here. We'll bring you more of that emotional conversation with the loved ones of the mass shooting victims next week, only on CBS This Morning.